Hello everyone, and welcome back to another speed build video. This is part 2 of Simmer Down Misha's 2-pack to build 1 lot challenge. My first house was using the Realm of Magic pack. This house will be using Vampires pack. I really like how I did the outside of it. The inside I wasn't too thrilled with, but I think if I had built it on a bigger lot by itself, or even this lot by itself, and made it a little bit bigger, I probably would have liked it a lot better on the inside. This house is a 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. The second floor plan really wasn't what I was aiming for, but it's what I ended up having to do because of the size of the house. Of course, I mean, I could have extended it, made it a little bit bigger, but I didn't. So anyway, I tried to use majority of the vampire pack and very little of base game, but I did have to use base game for some things. And yeah, this house does have electronics. If you remember the Realm of Magic house, I put no electronics in it. This one does have TV and computer, so that just shows how different that the sisters I envisioned living on this lot are. Like, one was all into nature and the other one's just like whatever, nature, whatever. This is called the Wolfsbane. I use a name generator to help me come up with names for my houses, and that was one of the ones that came up with for this one. So out back there will be some planters, and I already had Elle, who was my forever test dummy in my build world. She planted some Wolfsbane, so there's some Wolfsbane planted out back, and there is another secret room to this house, and that will be built towards the end. And I felt like this being a vampire house, it really needed the secret room, so we will talk about that more when I start building it. There is a chess table in this house, as well as bookcases, and I really don't think I put much else in here by way of skill building. I think the chess table, the pipe organ, there's a pipe organ in this house. But other than that, there's not much else by way of skill building. The third, well, it's not really a third floor, but it's like in the tower in the front. That has nothing but a chair, so like the vampire can just go sit and watch out his or her window for all the people walking by. So I did the landscaping a little different. Whereas the spellcaster house is bright and lively, this one has a lot of dead plants and dead trees, so it's not quite as lively as the one next door. So, but like I said, I ended up liking the outside of this house. Anyway, while we are watching this build, I will answer some questions that I found on some weird little survey online, and so we don't have to keep just repeating myself about this build. The first one is, who is your hero? And video previously, when I did the Riverview house, I answered the question who's my biggest inspiration, or something like that, or it was something like that, and that one was my daughter. But hero is somebody I kind of look up to, so I would kind of say maybe my granddad. He passed away 16 years ago. He had pancreatic cancer, but I was 100% granddaddy's girl. I am still 100% grandma's girl. That's not even a question. But yeah, he was one of my heroes. So if you could live anywhere, where would it be? Probably I would move back to Louisiana. That's where my heart is, and that's where I've always felt more at home. So I would probably move back there if I could. I really don't like where I live right now, never have. But I'm stuck here because of my husband's job, so I have to deal with it. But if I could live anywhere right now, it'd probably be back in Louisiana. I lived about 30 minutes outside of New Orleans, and I really miss it. I miss my friends from down there, all of that. What is your biggest fear? My biggest fears are either something happening to one of my children or something happening to me and my children having to live without me. That thought absolutely terrifies me. And they're all old enough now to where they would remember me. But when they were all very little, I was really scared because how would they remember me if I was gone? And that, it terrifies me. Still does. And so yeah, that's my biggest fears. What is your favorite family vacation? If you mean as like a child with like my parents and stuff, we never really did vacations that I remember. But my family used to own a cottage on one of the beaches on the East Coast, and we used to go there all the time when I was little. So those would probably be my favorite family vacations. As an adult, it would probably be all the times that we've gone back to Louisiana since moving away. I consider them vacations because, I mean, we just did nothing but whatever we wanted to for 2 weeks. So yeah, those are my favorite vacations. Also, the last time we got to go back to Louisiana, which has been quite a while. And I'm sorry for my voice cracking so much. My allergies are really affecting me right now. But the last time we went back, it was probably 2013, so it's been a while. And that was when we got to meet Darren Sproles when he played for the Saints. And I mean, we did like a lot of stuff during that one. We went to like the Monster Jam truck thing, and we met Darren Sproles, and that one was like really fun. So what would you change about yourself if you could? My voice would probably be my top one. I mean, I've kind of learned to live with it. I mean, I've lived with it for this long, so I kind of have to, but I've never really liked my voice. So that would probably be the one thing I would change about me. What really makes you angry? Stupid people make me really angry. And by that, I truly mean, like, I don't want to sound mean, but it's like, I don't know, just spend some time on Facebook and you'll see what I mean. It's just, it's ridiculous up there. And I mean, people who just, they see something written on the internet and it's automatically true without ever looking it up or researching it or finding out if it's true or not. That really, really makes me angry. People that have no regard for other people's well-being, that makes me angry. people who traffic humans. That makes me angry. Senseless killing makes me angry. I mean, lots of things make me angry. And so that was really a bad question to ask. What motivates you to work hard? My kids are my absolute most motivation. I finished college later in life because of circumstances, so I wanted to make sure I finished it so that they knew that no matter how long it takes, no matter how old you are, that you could still do it. And so they're my biggest motivation. What's your favorite thing about your career? I'm a stay-at-home mom, so really my favorite thing about my career is being with my kids, like, all the time. So, I mean, I honestly, I don't know what to do when they're not around me, so I guess being around them is my favorite thing. What is your biggest complaint about your job? The lack of appreciation sometimes. I mean, it's, you know how kids are, it's always give me, give me, give me, and it's never really stopping and appreciating the fact that I gave it. So, or that I do it, or anything like that. I mean, you know, just appreciation. But that's like in every job, I think. What is your proudest accomplishment? Well, my kids are my proudest accomplishment. But besides them, it would be graduating college with my bachelor's degree would be my proudest accomplishment. What is your favorite book to read? I'm a bookworm, so asking me to pick a favorite book is like asking me to choose a favorite child. It's virtually impossible. But my favorite authors are like John Grisham, Stephen King. When I ran my book blog several years ago, I got to meet a lot of indie authors, and a lot of them ended up becoming some of my favorites for the simple fact that, you know, well, I mean, they deserved it too, because whether or not they were with a publishing house or not, they still wrote really good books. One of my favorite is T.K. Lee. I've been with her since she published her very first book, and there are several others. So I really can't say a favorite book to read, but I will read pretty much almost anything. Try to finish every book that I start. There have been a couple that I just can't finish because it's just not hitting me in the right spot to where I can finish it. So any book is my favorite book to read, put it that way. What makes you laugh the most? My kids, without a doubt. They are all very unique and have very distinct personalities, and it's just sometimes just to listen to them, it's a good laugh. So yeah, my kids make me laugh the most. The last movie I went to, and what did I think? I'm not a theater type girl. I prefer to watch them at home because, I mean, you know, I don't have to worry about missing anything if I have to go get something or go to the bathroom. So, the last movie I went to was one of the Fast and Furious. It was, I think it was 7. It was 7. It was the one that was made when Paul Walker died. That was the last one I saw. I cried like a baby at the end. I did not want to get up and let everybody see that I'd been crying, but I cried. But I've always been a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise since the very first one, so um, I kind of fallen out of it since 7 ended, but I still watched 8. I watched it at home, and I'll still watch 9, and I think they said they had a 10th one that they were going to do, so I'll probably finish the series because, I mean, I have made it this far, so I'm kind of invested at this point. And this will probably be the last one I'll answer. What did you want to be when you were small? When I was a child, I wanted to be almost everything. I wanted to be a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer. I wanted to be an actress, a singer, even though I couldn't sing. I wanted to be a writer. I actually wanted to be president of the United States at one point. Since growing up, I have definitely said that I would never ever be president. Just no. Not after growing up. And let's see, what else did I want to be? I mean, I know I think I went through a whole list of everything I wanted to be. So yeah. I'm now just finishing up this house. I wanted to kind of break up the living room from everything else because I didn't want it to be completely free flowing, but I want to have somewhere where the couch rested up against. And so I made this little area right here at the entranceway. There's urns on the shelf. I mean, this house screams vampires. I mean, if I walked into this house, I would probably immediately walk back out and be like, never mind. Cluttering up the shelves. You've seen me decorate the bedroom and the 2 bathrooms and do the desk area, the dining room, the kitchen, which I think I still have to go back and clutter the kitchen up. But other than that, the kitchen's done. I mean, vampires really don't use the kitchen, so what does it matter? And I just randomly just put some things around. This is where I started building an outside structure. It looks like just a little shed, but it goes down into a secret room, which, if you see, I struggled with the stairs to get them in the right spot, and then I finally got it, started decorating it, and didn't even like where I had it. I moved it to the other side. So down here I put some frogs because you can make plasma packs out of frogs. So I decided that the vampire needed some frogs to create their plasma packs. And then I threw some plasma packs up on the shelf already out of debug. Just a few, not a whole lot. It's kind of dark down here. Didn't really put lights except for candles. I'll put this little seating area because, I mean, wants to hide in the dark. And of course, the coffin for them to sleep. This is where I moved it to the other side. So that, and of course, I struggled with the stairs again because stairs give me trouble. Stairs and roofs, those are the things I'm not good at. So, but here's the little thing. It just goes, it looks like a shed out back, but it goes down and got your coffin and your frogs, your plasma packs, someplace to sit. Eventually I put one of the little chests down there too. So it's like the vampire's secret lair. And that's the secret room I was talking about earlier. Just common people would think it's just a gardening shed or something, but no, it goes down into something much darker. I also put a plasma tree out. I don't think when I transferred this to the other lot to upload it by itself that the plasma tree went with it. So that might not be in the upload where it's by itself, but it should be where when I upload the two houses together. Anyway, so pretty soon I'll be leading it into some screenshots, and this is the end of my video. So if you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you are new here and like my content, please hit the subscribe button. Leave me some comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!